Hey everybody, welcome to the One Player Podcast. Sorry I'm a little later than I usually am. Well, I moved to Sundays, but I was like, after recording all of Legends and knowing the Heat Index is going to be 100, I couldn't just sit in a place where there was no background noise with the air conditioning or anything. I have that on now. I need it because it's still kind of out there. It's supposed to drop down by tomorrow, but I didn't want to wait till then because there's very, very eventful week. And not just because of wrestling either. Evil happened, so we had all that stuff, so they had to do a bunch of reveals for that. But anyway, and I just got back from I'm on vacation, thank God. After that, I don't have to go out there again. Of course, the one day I don't, it's still in the 90, feels like the close to 100. Oh. So yeah, it was I'm a little messed up. My head's kind of still bothering me a little bit. I just took a couple ibuprofens. I'm hopefully gonna calm down a little bit. Trying to relax a little bit, but I don't want to take too long with this. I haven't played much outside of Mega Man Legends. I'm glad I was able to get that done in such short amount of time. That was just me trying to make up for lost time that I lost because I canceled Digital Card Battle. So now I'm like, okay, I got that done. Let me go at my next LP, which I said was Dottie at best. In case you didn't see the finale. That's my clue, but now I can kind of alright, I'm gonna take it easy now. Just live a vacation. I might be able to take that time where I'm just keep indoors being the most important thing. I'm like, I don't have to go anywhere for a while. I'm like, okay, good. I can just relax. Might just do a recording or some stupid shit. My shit's falling apart. I got some leftover fried shrimp and some little tiny tater tots, and little flattened potatoes or something like that, like potato pancakes or something like that, little tiny ones. Losing my focus already and trying to eat something to stop the recording and then come back in again. Alright, what was I even talking about again? Shit. My recollection for things is already shit enough as is, and heat along with this headache does not help the side migraine. Come on, goddamn ibuprofen. Maybe I should just sleep it off. I don't know. Maybe it's sometime. If it was just eating something or whatever would kind of help with that too. Just ibuprofen. It's just I'm still just really. But anyway, there's still a lot to get hype about. I'm gonna try and not overhype myself too much. It's how hard that's gonna be because I just heard of something just as I got back. I found out something, but I'll get to that. I'm trying to. Anyway, like I said, I was still playing Legends. I got that done. I gotta work on my videos for my next LP. I gotta put practice in for that. I'm still doing Fantasy Life. That's it. I'm trying. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that game takes up more time. Lost count how many times I nearly had to haul ass to plug that shit in so I can recharge my battery. I haven't played a game that hard since on the 3DS since probably Bravely Default, and I still haven't finished that even. I'm getting more RPGs and stuff. But yeah, all my time's going to that. I'm going to play that start to finish. I haven't even hit up the second town yet. I'm just messing around with all the different jobs. I started out as the, what do they call it, mercenary. I wouldn't say assassin or something, but it's not it, because assassin would imply you use daggers and shit. That's what I'm using now. What that class they tell you is it's basically the cell swords or something like that for God damn it. Yeah, it's just going around being big tough guys with like big ass swords and killing monsters and everything. Like a lot of your missions are like, go kill this monster, and you build up your rank and stuff, and you get like points based on that current life, as they call it. There's like 12 different lives you can live, like job, and it's basically like job classes, but it all entails for like different things, and you can switch at any time. You can like mix a match, and eventually I'm gonna go through all of them. But I'm like, I'm spending so much time on that, and then I got into the cooking for a little bit because you get like requests or something like that, and you can only hold so many. So as they start to pile up, I'm like, what do I have a lot of? Okay, it's a lot of stuff that they want food-wise, so, okay, let me go over to cook and see what I can bring up and maybe knock some of them out. And then lately it's all been the fishing, and I've been taking a lot of time just doing that and just leveling that up, because you level your, you level the weapons you use, the skills you use, sneaking enemies, running around, all of it levels up, so it adds up to being like spending a lot of time. Like I said, I haven't even reached like I think I'm still like chapter 2, chapter 3. Like there's a neighboring country. I haven't even touched it yet because I want to take care of I want to see all the jobs. I want to take care of all the shit. I want to see what I have here before I move on and then do all that all over again. You know, I don't want to. I want to see what they're capable of. But man, it's been all the fishing so far, and I'm like, okay, I can still do missions with the fishing. I can still, because a lot of that, it's like, go to this section and catch this fish here, or catch this many fish, and then return to the, like, your sensei, kind of, in a sense, like the guy who teaches you how to do that particular job. It's like, I taught you all this stuff, you know, go out there, do all this shit, come back, report to me, and I'll, like, if you get enough quests in, you can't put them in, you start getting points, enough points to, you rank up in that job, and you get, like, more bonus stats. Like I think Fisher is like intelligence and focus or something along those lines. It's like I don't recall off the top of my head, but yeah, that's the thing of it is I was looking for another art booster or something like that, and I found that. Oh no, it wasn't that. I was looking for it was me looking for J-Stars, and I got the JoJo game, and I pretty much platinumed that in one night, like I said. Yeah. I think my favorite JoJo is now Jolene for some reason. I don't know. It's because I like the kind of string thing she's going on, or maybe she could do that. That and Josuke's probably my second favorite. What the fuck did you say about my hair? I'll fucking kill you. Speaking of hair, the new character finally got revealed for Street Fighter V. What was his? Oh, I have it on here. This thing finally works again. What's his name? Nikali? Yeah, Nikali. It's I think someone said it's like it's the new Brazilian stage. I don't know if he's Brazilian. It apparently I guess he's supposed to be like Aztec. He kind of reminds me of I'm like, holy shit, it's Finn Balor. It's first saw him, and I'm like, huh. I'm looking at the design, I'm like, are they bringing back another, like, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, is that just Seth Abel again? I'm like, wow, did they copy-paste that shit? It does really look, I'm like, so at the beginning, I was like, a little skeptical. He looks really cool, and he's got, like, a weird Super Saiyan kind of thing going on. I guess that's, like, his trigger or something like that. Got a lot of, like, Orochi style moves, like an SNK character, like a lot of like swipes and fast hits and something like that. I guess that's their way of trying to get like an Asura's Wrath character without having to put Asura in that actual game. So I don't. Again, just interesting. Not much about it, but man, it's like a weird. He's got like the ground pound kind of like Sea Viper. I'm just looking up stuff from the trailer real quick. I saw another trailer the other day, and this is outside of fighting, but holy shit, they're remaking Odin Sphere for PlayStation 3, 4, and Vita. What was it called? What's the full name for that? I had it down on sorry, I know I wrote it down. I can't remember like the full name off the top of my head. Professional, I know. It is, and it was like, something Norse mythology like, because that's what it is, you know. Odinsphere Livdrasir. I said on Twitter, I called it the Lex Luger of remakes, because, like, it would be one thing if they just remade the game and overhauled the graphics. I'm like, okay, we already have this for PS2. I'm like, alright, other people, this game, I'll take a look at it. But and then I see, like, that's how the trailer starts off, and then they're like, alright, trailer's like halfway done. Now let's show them all the shit we're adding to it. You know, so it's not just like next gen HDified remake. Like, you see the trailer, there's like there's skill trees for the characters now. I'm like, wow, wait a minute, they're branching this shit out. There's the first thing you see is like it's like Gwendolyn or Mercedes, I believe. They're straight up having a fucking shmup battle. Like, there's like, she's flying around, she's shooting at this fucking blimp and shit, and I'm like, what? Like, they're adding, oh my god, like, there was, like, that game's, like, taxing and a half on its own. Like, there's a lot of time you spend on that game just doing, like, and I guess some of the criticism for that game maybe was, like, how it was, like, kind of repetitive, like, you had to do, like, a lot of, like, going in the same place, leveling up, eat a bunch of stuff to get stronger, do a lot of phosons to get stronger. They might simplify that. And if you're those type of gamers that's like, yeah, they don't need to do that. You know, it's fine on its own. There's a classic mode in the game. That was in the trailer, too. They're like, you can switch it up. You can do, like, classic mode, or is it, like, a different, I forget what they called the remake mode or something like that. It was something like, it wasn't Orange. It was, like, some, I don't remember. But, yeah, so, 2 games in 1, like, wow, not even P4 Golden does that. Believe it or not. I was like, looked like a lot of new characters. Like, there was like one of them bunny characters, but it was like plus size. So I'm guessing like maybe different shops. Maybe, you know, I didn't get a look at it, but maybe kind of like how Dragon Crown had it. Like maybe online. I don't know how you would do multiplayer in that game. That might be a stretch. I think they just wanted to, like, enhance, like, the main game, and maybe there's gonna be, like, DLC characters or something. I don't know. Could be a whole bunch of... Just what I saw from the trailer. It looks like they made things easier, though. Like, more approachable for, like, new gamers to come into this while still keeping, like, the traditional game in there. I like that. I was blown away by the shit they showed me, and then at the end of it, I was like, yeah. I forget what I should have looked this up in the release date. I'm so scatterbrained today. Sorry, my head's really... Like, I just found out about this today, and I'll just go on YouTube and look at the trailer. I forget what the release date is, because it's on... Like, they just announced it, so it's probably going to go off where it hits states, but... My dick needs this game. I know Kingsley's probably losing his shit. I was like... Because he was the one who introduced me to it. Like, he was streaming it, and I'm like, what is this game? Odin Sphere. I'm like... This game looks fucking amazing. I must have this. I must find this. And I found it in I think it was like for like $20, maybe $30 a game. So it was a little more expensive for like just a used game. But then I started getting into the game, and I'm like, okay, now I know why. So it's on PSN now if you just want the original game. But wow, if you don't have it yet, just wait for this. I'll definitely be checking this out. Odinsphere Livdrasir. Or Leifdrasir, or something like that. Probably all fancy Norse mythology stuff. What I thought was a remake, and I found this about a couple days ago, and it upset me because I had just gotten the extend for Chrono Phantasma, and then, like, not even a week later, there's going to be another BlazBlue game. BlazBlue Central Fiction. We got so they're adding... They're probably going to add there's another system of some kind. Hang on, let me see if... Because I got the wiki up here. That's going to explain things better than I ever could, just off poor memory and shit. More than usual. First round in-game called First round begins. Character's emblem appears at each character's side. That's more like a visual thing. So it's like it's on the side, and it takes damage. It does like a little shake or something like that. The portrait. New game mechanics. Again, I'm reading this off the wiki. Exceed Excel, a special attack executed by pressing all 4 attack buttons in overdrive. Dishes I guess it's like a big burst damage, but it immediately cuts off your overdrive completely. And Active Flow, which acts as the opposite of the negative penalty status. You know, you keep running away, eventually your super meter goes down because you're negative penalty. It's like, stop being a pussy, get in there. So I'm like, I'm a little pissed, but I'm like, reading this, I'm like, okay, they're rewarding you for getting in there and doing your shit. A character that fights offensively goes into Active Flow, which boosts damage and recovery of the burst gauge. Active Flow also increases damage of the Exceed Excel, and whenever a character enters that, his or her emblem on the health bar becomes purplish pink, according to the wiki. So, that was my problem with I haven't played Extend because I still haven't finished the first game. I'm still trying to go through that, just arcade mode stuff, and I've just been playing a lot of. Again, it's just a lot of shit going on. Trying to get all the LP up and everything, trying to get it up and ready to go. Like, I had that done like 3 days ago before I actually put the finale up. Like, that's how fast I was working. That's double time on that one, and I'm like, okay, now I can take it easy. But yeah, my main concern was I'm not doing wow, these fights are taking a little. As I noticed, they're taking a little longer than I'd liked it to before. And of course, I'm one of those guys that if I'm hitting punch, I want to keep hitting punch. They nerf a lot of people with that. It's you get maybe say a crouching punch. Older games you would just mash that shit out. Now it's you would get 3 hits with it and then you can't do it anymore. And I'm like, wait, they took that away? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they had to do that because people like me where other people were doing that and it was considered bullshit. I don't play professionally fighting games, so I was never. And like I said, all my LPs are big RPGs and now, and just semi-platformers or something like that, and kind of there was the one Mega Man. That was that was the only other RPG outside of maybe. Now, okay, so it's trying to. The fighting beatdown, and those were beat 'em ups, but they had RPG elements to them, so. X4, off the top of my head, was the only one, except for all the one-shot beat 'em ups. That was and then the fighting games, and then even then, I wasn't really all that good because I'll just spam shit sometimes. I'll still buy it. I'll still get fighting games because I do like the idea of characters and everything like that. I get hyped for that sort of thing. It's always been my thing since I played Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. I'm like, okay. But I'm like, And I did see some of Evo. I saw the, not all of it, from the tournament. I saw the P4 Arena, Ultimax. I almost said Golden or 2. I was trying to remember the name. But anyway, back to the new BlazBlue, anyway. There's gonna be 2 new characters, maybe 3. Because it looks like there are 2s in the trailer. One of them was the assistant or secretary or lieutenant for what's his name, Kagura Mutsuki. Hibiki Kohaku. I'm and I mostly was the story mode thing from that, and I'm like, wait, was he really that popular? To I guess maybe because it's females play fighting games too, and he seems because he seems like that kind of character. He'd be I guess he's in the game. I was like, wait, wait, Hibiki? He was cool, he has double swords and he's all stealthy and sneaky and shit. So he has a thing where he has 2 people and what's it called? Where is it? What's it called? His drive. Double chase. It makes a duplicate of himself, so he's fucking Ninja Gaiden shit. So, kind of... It sounds like Makoto. Can't she do that too, kind of? Like the triple... What you call it? Ugh. The other guy's from a side series. I guess he's kind of bleeding in, or has like a alternate reality, or I have no idea. It's a... And it's going to confuse the shit out of me being like... Unless you're like a huge Persona fan, because Persona is Naoto Shirogane. This character is named Naoto Kurogane. He's the main protagonist of the side series called BlazBlue Blood Edge Experience. It's like a... I don't know if it's like a alternate universe or something like that. Like, just looking at the wiki, it doesn't even really say, but he's like the servant of Raquel Alucard. He's fighting another... He's fighting another Terumi character. There's a... Yeah, it's... I guess they're just throwing him in or something like that. Again, it starts with Japan, and they just... I guess they really liked what they saw with him, and was like, okay. So... Ragna XP? You haven't played the... If you haven't seen that, I'm a little weird. I first thought it was the guy that from that visual novel game that came out, the X-Blaze. That's what I thought that was at first, and then I'm like... Wait, I didn't see this guy before. I don't recognize him. He doesn't look that familiar. What's his deal? So I looked up... So... Oh... I had to look up the wiki to find out who the fuck that guy was. That's probably not a good sign. I guess you had to be like a super fan. I'm stoked for like... Because the trailer... And if you spot it, and you'll see it on the wiki, because again, the story mode had like... One of the 6 heroes, you get to see Phantom. And by the end of that... Spoilers, by the way, for the story mode if you haven't played that already. That old... the remake just came out, so I can't imagine why you didn't. But yeah, Phantom breaks through somehow because the Imperator's getting threatened or something along those lines. That story mode is all over the place. I can't really remember that. But yeah, looks like 9's going to be playable too. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, maybe we'll get Jubei after all? A lot of people were saying, we've been saying that since the second, I think we've been saying that since fucking Continuum Shift. We've been wanting that shit. I mean, they do that one thing. He's like, hey, he's gonna be playable, and then it's like Kokonoe just got in like a game ago. So now they're gonna bring in 9. I'm like, oh, okay, that I'm actually kind of stoked about. The other two, I was like, oh, that's cool. He's in here. No idea who the fuck that is. I had to look him up, and then the trailer was like, oh shit, 9, yeah. Now you have my fucking attention. I still have to play all the fucking games to get caught up. Holy shit, but goddamn. Again, I bought that fucking Chrono Phantasmic Stendo last week. Like last Tuesday, Wednesday I bought that? Christ. Or I guess the one before it, actually, now. But, because that's when they announced that thing. But, man. Ugh. Is that all the news? I forget. Oh, I guess because, oh yeah, they did have one for Evo 15. They showed off, the final, DLC character for MK10, Tremor. You can get a good look at him with his mask off, and he just looks like all earthed out and shit. He's all beefy and shit. He's going to be available the 21st, which I believe is tomorrow, for guys who bought the DLC pack, and then a week after for everybody else for $5. Alright, Fighters Generations got some info on Nikali real quick. I didn't see it first. I think it just updated it, but anyway. Hailing from a mysterious background, Nikali utilizes a wild, animalistic fighting style to brutalize his opponents. No finesse. All of his attacks have been forced through the heat of battle to inflict maximum pain on his opponents. Beneath the surface of the crazed warrior lies a hidden genius that is unleashed upon V-trigger activation. You know what? Actually, you know what, dude? Looking at the red thing, he reminds me of fucking Ascara from Ultimate Muscle. Mars, yeah. Like, he's, I want him to use the swallowtail. Oh, this game came on PC. Ooh. That'd be fucking amazing. Reverse spinning toe hold. Yeah, it tells us his V attacks, V skills apparently culminated power. Pounds the ground with both fists. Okay, so that's actually a skill. By holding the joystick, damage the opponent. By holding the joystick left, right, or leaving it neutral, players control the distance the explosion travels, letting him pressure opponents from far away if need be. And the hair color is letting him gain access to new combos, frame data, and even a new critical art. I guess that's like the finish or whatever. No origin or not much out of the origin or story. I guess more's gonna come in. I missed the news. And it says here, in a nutshell, the news is that the game will launch with 16 characters, 4 completely new ones. Okay, so 12 familiar faces, 4 new ones. Okay, kind of much like the Street Fighter 4, where they just had like 4 new characters. So I'm like, okay, cool. All future gameplay and content and post-launch characters can be earned in-game for free. Fuck yes. Welcome back to the PS2 era where we did that shit. We had like in-game currency. It's like, oh, you want this character? Play a bunch of matches, build up this like in-game currency or something like that. That's what I liked about the later BlazBlue games. But there's still DLC for that. But it's like unlock art. And I said, I don't care about that. That's half the fun of like because I was never big on Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but half of that was like, all right, how much points do I have? It's like, okay, who's available at the shop? I'm like, okay, what do we got? Let's buy this guy, and then I'll go into training mode. And I'm like, okay, let's just see what his or her moves are, and I just do that over and over again. That's adding replayability. It's like keeping someone interested, you know. So I like that. Yes, absolutely. You had it perfectly the first time in the PS2 era where you just had like in-game currency and just unlock shit in-game. It's already in there. Thank you, Capcom. You figured out something you had fucking 2 gens ago. Good job. It's getting more. Yeah, this is more detailed. Okay, let's see. The initial disc is the only one players will ever need to own, so they're just gonna... So, I guess no more remakes or updates? I don't know. We'll see. Moving away from disc-based updates and sequels. Yeah, okay. We'll see. I've heard that before. And then you went Ultra. And then you added Omega Mode. I haven't even seen Omega Mode. I don't even know if that's free. I don't. Like I said, too much other games going on, but... If you're dedicated, you play the game continuously, you'll be able to earn that content for free. Yes, that's what I like to hear. The more you play, the more you earn. Not the more money you have, the more money you're willing to throw into the game, the more you earn. I like that. Yes. Part of the reason we're doing these beta tests is to figure out the correct time frame to unlock all these content and everything. So. They're still not saying how they're gonna do it. It's saying via gameplay, so who knows? It could be just like, could be like kind of like Smash, like or like use this character, fight in this stage this number of times. This character shows up, boot him, and get the thing. Yeah. But yeah, 16 characters for which completely new. That's pretty good. Yeah. I think again, it's like Street Fighter 4 all over again. I'm sorry, Okay, they even say in-game currency. Okay, yes. Long-term engagement in the game because the more you play it, exactly. 2 types of in-game currency: fight money and Zenny. Hey, bringing it back to Legends, Capcom. I think Breath of Fire did Zenny too. There's like Z. There's a lot of Capcom that did the Zenny thing. Fight money can only be obtained by playing the game, and that's what you use to earn gameplay-related content. Zenny's the real money using to buy characters and other content up front. Okay, so they're if you got the money, you can throw it in and just get it automatically, or you can, spend time, You get the choice. Okay. Great. Like that. Yes. That's what I've been wanting since I bought a PlayStation. She started playing a fighting game. I'm like, well, what if they did this? Like, spend the time if you want to unlock the characters on the way, but, if you actual money burning a hole in your pie, you can just be like, hey, I have, I want to throw $5 on, or however much it would be to get this guy right now, You have options. Good. Yes. Every other fucking fighting game should do this from now on and not change it ever. This is the normal. This is what it should be from now fucking on. Do you understand me? Attention all other people making fucking fighting games. This is how it should be. Yes. Right here. You're hearing it here first. Probably not here first, but you heard it from me. Awesome. Alright, let me get to... Cause I ate a lot of stuff today, too. All over the place with this. I meant to talk about this last week, but I didn't try it. It was a cereal, but I didn't try it in milk yet. Trix Mini Trix, rather. If you like to be picky with your Trix and eat a bunch of one flavor at a time, you would want to stay away from this, and this would try to eat it from my hand. It would always get stuck in my fucking hand, especially in this weather. Ugh. It's about the size of them, nearly the tiniest of pebbles. So not like gravel tiny, but it's like really small. Not quite gravel, but just enough to actually be like a tiny pebble. You better hope your cereal and milk ratio is near 2-1, because these suckers sog up and lose flavor quick otherwise. Remember them flat Doritos that aren't 3D but said they were? And if you lived in the mid to late 90s, and you know exactly why I don't say they only claim to be 3D but aren't. But anyway. Them jalapeno ones. I liked them. They were spicy, but I liked them. Then, considering their success, they're back with another one, Bacon Cheddar Ranch. I forget if I mentioned this when I spoke about the jalapeno, or maybe it's just maybe just eating these I realized something, but and I only found this about this later on, but the jalapenos work in a way that the Bacon Cheddar Ranch, not so much. Because, of course, jalapeno being spicy, but with the 3D, it's only if you eat like a whole bunch of them. It's like a slow build to the heat. I think I remember mentioning like the slow build to it. Like I know I've recommended it because I keep buying them whenever they go on sale, and I still like them. I do. But you get into the heat what you put into yourself. It's a slow build. I'm like, you eat a little bit, it's like, okay, a little bit of heat, and then you eat a bunch, and it's like, oh, a lot of heat. Okay. Bacon Cheddar Ranch doesn't have that problem with like the heat, or at the very beginning it didn't have that much flavor either till you start eating a bunch at once. Like I got maybe like a hint of, like I don't think I got any cheddar. I maybe got like a hint of the ranch. It tasted like a corn chip at first because it's like them really thin chips, and then there's like the bacon with it too. So you bacon lovers out there are going to be sorely disappointed with this. I think it meshes a little too well with the thin. I do believe it has potential. Maybe they try this again and do it with just the normal tortilla chip. I think it would probably be I think it would be a success if they did it that way. So that way the flavors can't hide away from the really thin corn chip kind of thing they got going for them at as much. So potential's there. I can't say I completely hated them. I thought they were pretty good. I just felt like I wasn't getting what was kind of promised as much, because these look like Bacon Cheddar Ranch. I was expecting to be able to get all of that, but I got maybe like a third at best. Later on, further down the bag, maybe like where it's got a little nicer, a little more bacon, Like like I said, it meshes a little too well for some people. It did even for me, who doesn't really. It was like bacon. I've only started to understand bacon. I'm not the type of like baconaholics, you know. I'm not like the load that some bitch up with bacon. I'm like, nah, just a little bit of bacon. I'm like a little bit goes a long way for me. Yeah. But anyway, Oreo and them little marshmallow Rice Krispie things, but Oreo can't call them Rice Krispies, so they're just called Oreo Marshmallow Crispy with a C. Because I think it's like a vanilla cookie, and the cream in the middle has them little single rice grains mixed in between two vanilla cookies. Probably the best item I found on the today eat-wise. They were pretty good. Do you like Flathead Lake Gourmet Soda? I do. You like their orange? How about their strawberry? You said yes to both? You're in luck because they went and combined the two. Yeah, strawberry orange. Yeah. Goes real well with strawberry shortcake, which we had for my mom's birthday. Hello. Couldn't remember the name, so I just grabbed the bottles ahead of them real quick. And I'll just put them back. One thing I got, Fentiman's Botanically Brewed. I saw a couple of these drinks. There was, I forget what the orange one was called. I do remember a cherry vine. Something like that. Like, it's like, and these suckers are really strong because they got like a lot of, I guess it's like, because they say it's like botanically brewed and there's a lot of like ginger root and ginger overall, like ginger root and ginger itself. That looks like, let's see the ingredients. Sugar, fermented ginger root, extract ginger root, ginger flavor, speedwell, juniper, yarrow extracts, caramel color. Also, what I have, the current flavor I have as right now is Curiosity Cola, fermented botanical cola drink with ginger and herbal extracts. This sucker starts off like you really get the ginger in this, like it's really strong stuff. But other than that, it's just like just tastes like any other cola you can name, non-super name brand cola you can find on shelves for like the cheap stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to check out the other ones. And I saw this because I remembered Virgil's had the, got that keg of the root beer, and I thought that was really good. I thought this one was a little different. It's like another combination of two different sodas. Black cherry and cream soda. Unfortunately, this one doesn't work as well as the Flathead Lake. Like, those combined really well together and make like a really sweet taste together. This one, you get like a little bit of black cherry at the beginning, and then cream soda's like, hey, like it cuts it off at the highway. Like it's like black cherry's just driving like, and fucking cream soda just barrels out like 70, 80 miles an hour, just completely cuts it off, man. Like, a little bit disappointed. Not to be like, don't buy this. I could probably, maybe it doesn't work as well, because black cherry is kind of, by itself, is very, well, it's a mellower kind of sweet cherry. Maybe like an actual, like, wild cherry or something that might have worked a little bit better, but I don't know. Like, you get one and then you get the other. You don't quite get both, so that was my main thing. Like, you get strawberry orange, that's like, the Flathead, that was, boom, perfect. But yeah, I'm gonna keep. There's a lot of different sodas. I just saw the new store, and that's where I got the Fentimans. Again, I forget the orange, but I know they have like a cherry vine. I'm gonna have to look that up later. And I'll start making lists, checking them twice. Gonna find out, and hopefully I don't drink the same one twice. I'm gonna talk about wrestling now. I think that's all I had here. Battleground was decent. Which for Battleground, considering the first two were complete fucking disasters, Like, the fact that Battleground was, like, barely above passable to almost being like, yeah, that's okay. That's good. Like, I enjoyed myself a little bit watching that. More or less. Like, overall was like, a lot of people are kind of like, there's pros and cons to weigh, for sure. Anyway. I know Raw opened with, like, the crushed Cadillac for some reason. They did this on SmackDown too, and I think I forget if they did it for the pay-per-view. Like, they keep opening up to, like, what Brock did to the Cadillac. I'm like, okay, we know he did it. Like, why do you keep bringing it back? I guess maybe is Brock and Heyman paying, like, people to be like, bring this to the ring. I want him to see what I've done. Let him remember. Which I guess he did, because shit. Yeah, Heyman, it's so right now for Raw, it's like a performance piece for Heyman's opening promo. He's like, "Yeah, my heart's pounding through my chest, not because I'm fat." Yeah, you fucking marks. No, he didn't say that, but he's like, "Nah, because I'm fat." But the anticipation of Lesnar entering the ring as a challenger. How many times in history have you people had that opportunity? Dwayne Johnson, Randy Couture in UFC, John Cena. Every time he walked in as challenger and every time he walked out, champion. And he would still be champion if it weren't for Seth Rollins. So, mark the date in your calendars for this Sunday. And Rollins interrupts with Kane back from his vacation. Not much of a tan, I noticed. Then again, maybe, he's probably like the same kind of ginger like I am, and he can't really get when he looks like he just burn. And that's not even, I wasn't even, when I wrote that down, I wasn't even trying to make fun of Kane. I was just like the man himself, Glenn Jacobs, would just be like, oh, son. The sun, my one mortal enemy. Rollins is like, oh, you're smiling. Fucking, I gave you an opportunity to come at me, and you chose to take it out on the Cadillac. Have that as your symbol. This title's my symbol. I'm everything that's right about WWE, a real champion. You're just some thug and a criminal. And I'll take that trip to Suplex City on Sunday. And with matches and gasoline in hand, burn it down. Yeah, he keeps going. He keeps repeating himself now over and over again with the burn it to the ground. It was cool when Austin did it that one time, because Austin was fucking crazy and you believed he would do that. Like, if Dean Ambrose was like, burn it to the ground, like, you'd believe it almost. Like, Seth Rollins, not so much. And Brock just looks him over, he's like, bitch, I'll take you there right now. I'll take you tonight. And Kane's like, oh, no. Contract signing. Brock, you do anything to jeopardize that? And Heyman's like, whoa, wait. Are you threatening Brock Lesnar? Are we being threatened by Undertaker's little blood? Oh, the heart of a champion. I was like, Kane's, of course, angry. He's like, oh, was I not supposed to mention that? It was because my client conquered. He's right back on that. He's like, no. But he's like, no. Brock's, Brock will behave himself, but, Seth violates that 11th commandment. Suplex City comes early. Ryback teams up with Orton to face Big Show and Sheamus with Miz on commentary. I say this as I'm looking over my fridge, and I'm like, I'm out of root beer to make floats. Fuck! That said, an amazing crossbody from Ryback, who right now is the least of the many evils in that ring at present, and then I think come around SmackDown was like, oh, he's injured. He can't defend his title. I'm like, shit. I didn't even see what happened. I know Miz is like trying to just talk to Show. He's like, Show's on the offense, and Miz is like, yeah, get him. It's like, hey, Show, or I forget what he said because it's been so long. But Miz just being an annoying pissant, and Show rightfully like ready to beat his ass, and Miz hauls ass, rightfully so. So it leaves Sheamus all by his lonesome to get RKO'd, and then Ryback pins him. Rollins apparently upset with Kane backstage because he's like, contract signing, what the fuck was this? And Ken's like, I got a plan. And Rollins is like, I hope it's not pissing off Lesnar, Kane. I ain't got no J&J. They're still going, by the way. Who knows what happened to them? Like, wow. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Hide the televisions. I was expecting Roman Reigns to finally run full speed at Bray during this match and get some retribution as he was coming out. And he does! And I was a mixed reaction because, yeah, they have the match, but Dean Ambrose doesn't get Bray Wyatt, and he didn't even have a match at the pay-per-view. I'm like, what? He doesn't? Okay, he's not feuding with anybody currently. He's kind of piggybacking on Roman Reigns, because I was really expecting like a heel turn from Dean Ambrose, maybe. He's starting to feel inferior, you know. He sees, like, Dean Ambrose, you know, Seth Rollins is the champ, and Roman Reigns is, like, the challenger, and Dean's, like, I was like, oh, I'm just crazy Dean, huh? Like, everybody, like, overlooked Dean Ambrose, you know. Dean finally is fed up and just starts fucking destroying people. Yeah. Because he'd be like that crazy, like, fucking, you know, ECW Brian fucking Pillman crazy heel. Just, like, maybe not the most, like, effective terror, but he just be putting people on notice, but going through a tear. I guess that's what they're kind of doing with the... I'll get to that for the pay-per-view, but yeah, Roman Reigns just gets a little taste for Sunday, and Wyatt gets like, oh, I got the lantern, bam, belts him right in the head with the lantern, and he just hauls ass. And I remember someone on Twitter saying, like, I think the wrecked car at the beginning of Raw got more airtime than Dean did. Probably not wrong. This was a cool segment that people shit on because it was Stephanie McMahon kind of spearheading it. I'll get it, but anyways, the Bella Club is like, hey, we're awesome. We're basically awesome. We've given every diva a chance for the title, and the competition's just, and we're gonna run the Divas division now. Steph's like, you know, women in sports making a revolution where, you know, particular to note that she didn't mention Ronda Rousey because, yeah, WrestleMania. But yeah, I forget who she mentioned. I was like, ooh. But yeah, like, hey, Paige, get out here. And Nikki's like, why bother? How many times has she failed now? Steph's like, I'm talking right now, okay? Yeah, she's like, I'm like, bitch, you saw what I did to your sister at, what was it, SummerSlam? Yeah, making you my bitch right now. I was like, you fucking, you know, shut the fuck up and listen. I'm like, yeah, you want to shut the fuck up and listen? I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up, let her talk. You want a competition? Paige has been this one-woman crusade against you guys, but she, not for much longer, so come on out, Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Yeah, side's a little more even now. And Naomi Tamina come out saying, you know, we got unfinished business with the Bellas and Paige. And Steph's like, alright, I'm glad you're in here too. You can have the NXT Women's Champion, the boss. Boss Prism Power call up. Sasha Banks with the non-Bella heels. Not the go the fuck away heels. The heels that people actually like. The heels that we want to see, like, have an actual feud. So it's like, yeah, so, interesting stuff, and some people on the internet were kind of like upset about it because it was like basically Stephanie like, oh, it's like, we're getting what we wanted, isn't this what? Why would you care how we get it? We got it, you know. Can't always be that pessimistic. Of course, I say that, and we'll get to something else later. New Day in the Ring, Xavier Woods, great gaming channel on YouTube, by the way, called Up Up Down Down. Like, before the pay-per-view, we did, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time game with, Seth Rollins. They got as far as Slash, by the way, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, wait, I was waiting for them to go back in time. I'm like, okay, are they going to boot Slash, or is Slash going to fuck him up? Because he's the hardest boss by far, I think. Like, even harder than, like, Super Shredder. Because Super Shredder is, like, a pretty good, like, even on the hardest difficulty, you can kind of... It's like, okay, he's going to do this, and he's going to do this. Like, he telegraphs all his shit. Yeah, okay. maybe the original Shredder's faster because you got to learn the fucking throw into the and on hard difficulty you got them fucking foot soldiers that block your attack, so you got to do like the like if you're doing manual, you got to like double tap, you got to do the dash attack, you got to like shoulder flex them, and that's probably the best way to get them to open up and do the throw because that's how I've always done it. I've always done like boom and then flip right into the machine. But yeah, Slash, if you don't know what you're doing, he'll fuck you up, man, son. I've lost more lives on him trying to figure out what to do with him than any other boss in that game, honestly. But yeah. And he did a thing, you wouldn't think Antonio Cesaro was a gamer either. He did a co-op of Double Dragon Neon with him. Would not think of him as a gamer at all. Like, Cesaro, like, wow. Hey, takes all kinds, you know? Don't judge a book by its cover, you know? And I'm like, wow. Like, he's talking about, like, hey, we did, he did it, like early, kind of, like, Let's Plays or something like that, I guess. No, not, no, what was it? It was a projection. He had, like, one of them things where he, like, had, like, a big projector, and they would play it on that. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Those are the kind of the thing he did back in the day. But he's talking about, the PTP. It's like a 6-man tag. They're positive they're gonna take back the champs. So it's the 3 of them versus the primetime players, and the players enlist the aid of Mark Henry, who I feel like at this point is in a bet with the Big Show to see who can have the most face heel turns in a WWE career. I say WWE career because, yeah, there's this YouTube video, I forget where it is, but it details all of Big Show's turns, like, not just there, but, like, the early WCW as well, like, all that stuff. Like, he comes into WWE heel, and then fucking Vince McMahon screws him and he joins the Union as a face, but then he joins the Undertaker, like, not even that long ago later as a heel again, like, the Unholy Power or whatever. And it's like, it's very it's like a lot of back and forth. Like, he jumps from this to this, then he's in the NWO, then he's out of the NWO, and then WWE is a version of the NWO. He was like in and out in it again with the WCW NWO. I'm like, wow. Like, I was just looking up WWE, like, this guy had all of it. Like, from start to finish, almost. Mark Henry wins for the match. King Barrett versus R-Truth. And he's gone back to wearing a stupid crown, calling himself King What's Up because he wins the match. Thank God Casey was streaming, so not the best segment on Raw. And SmackDown was just, like, trying to face to it. It gets better because we have the John Cena US Open Challenge up next. Rusev Machka. He wants that title. He's back. He's like, I broke Ziggler. I'm gonna break you. And Kevin Owens comes out. He's like, yeah, again, if anyone's taking that title, it's me. And I'll come for it tonight so you can have the rematch with Rusev on Sunday. And Rusev's like, you stupid French-American with 2 first names? I was here first. He's Canadian, first of all. Unless it's part of the upper... Unless he's trying to make fun because he's from... I forget where he's from. I know Montreal, Quebec. Is he Quebec? I know Quebec's like very French-Canadian. Like different sections of Canada, because there's like the Canada and then there's like the French Canada. Yeah. And Owens is like, you take that Lana wannabe out of here and stick that flag over your Chernobyl before I do something. Cesaro out now. I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna get good, isn't it? Cesaro just comes out there and Cena's face and he's just like, fuck talking, I'm just gonna start throwing hands. Triple threat, winner gets the title shot tonight. Alright, I ain't even mad. Cena's on commentary just going through the fucking motions like he always does. Rusev's showing off some new shit. He spins Cesaro and nearly jumps him on his head. Oof. I wasn't bitching about Cena, but good lord. I just remember Summer Rae purposely went out to find the brightest, pinkest dress to wear. She's got that fucking shit on. I'm trying to watch this triple threat Pier 6 brawl play out. Cesaro with a duplex. That is a double suplex, like chained to do one on another, a 3-person double German, and Lucha Cesaro. Holy shit! And Kevin Owens like back and forth with this, and he's like he's like he starts slapping people around. He's slapping both of them. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, he's mine. Fuck you, fuck you. And he's slapping Cesaro and Rusev. I'm like, oh shit. This is. Of course, they just slap the shit out of him. They chop him down, and Owens is like, fuck this, I'm leaving. Titles fight on Sunday. Commercial. So I guess it's just them come back to Cesaro and Rusev one-on-one. They do this on SmackDown. And, Rusev gets it for their... Like, Rusev gets the win on Raw, but then they do it again on SmackDown, and Cesaro gets the huge win, and on SmackDown, he was mad over, like, even for SmackDown, like, people, like, proving Vince McMahon completely fucking wrong on how Cesaro can't connect with fans, like, he's like, alright, actions speak louder than words, and I'm like, are you watching the same fucking program we are, Vince? Here you go. Here's Cesaro connecting with fans, like, they're on their fucking feet for this match, like, I was like, I don't... Again, like SmackDown, I always try to catch it on YouTube or something like that. But I was like, I need to watch this. I need to pay attention to this. And even though my shit might break up again, not very. And again, we back to Raw. We still have the Cena has to face the winner. I'm like, wow. Cena ducked out of a Fatal 4-Way and is now just going to take on Rusev, who waged a war with Owens and Cesaro. Even commentary is trying to put over Rusev a little bit. Like, he shouldn't be doing this. Like, JBL's like, Michael Cole is like, yeah, you should not be out here. And Cole's like, oh, you in a challenge. I'm like, well, fuck you. JBL's completely right. Can't believe I'm saying that, but he's got a point. Like, seriously, Rusev kick the ref in the stones and call it a night is what I'm looking. It's like, oh, I gotta fucking fight him now. He's beat me twice. I'm like, fuck this. I'll take it some other time. Like, I fucking got giant swings, Superman suplexes, back sentons. Fuck it, I'm kicking him in the stones and bye. Let him have it on Sunday. I'll fight the winner. Fuck it. I beat somebody tonight. Fuck it. I'm good. I will wait. Yeah. I know opportunity U.S. title, the open challenge, but I just been like, fuck you too. It's like, oh, you want to wait till I'm not 100%? Well, fuck you too. I'm gonna get this qualification. Fuck you and fuck your open challenge. I'll fight you that some other time. Yeah. Fuck the no good John Cena. He's not the Sheik, but I seriously just would have been like, wow, really? Hey, ref. Oh, I'm disqualified. Excuse me while I cry in my new Nike shoes that Summer Rae bought me, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I'm going home. Bye. I'll fight you on my terms, not yours. Fuck you. He's heel. He could do that. Come on. I just was like, wow, really? It would have been just like, but it turns around because Rusev's like already winded and beat him up, like, and even for this, I was like, because usually it's like the best part of the show, the U.S. Open challenges. I've been saying that for years, like. It reminds me a lot of like how the Undertaker would elevate that title when he the hardcore title and the world title when he would just the American Badass. He was heel, but he was out there every night defending that belt against like anybody who came up to him, like Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam. He was putting on amazing matches with those guys. He was just like every week he'd come out and just, all right, the title. I'm gonna defend my title. And I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of this guy. I'm gonna, because I'm the Undertaker. I'm 6'10". Booger Red is Jim Ross called him, rather. Sorry. The wrong J. Wrong announcer. It starts with a J. But I was just reminded of that, but the scene is just like in slow motion for this match because Rusev spent. Like, he can't do anything. Like, and Rusev pushed, like, Cena goes to the AA and Rusev just pushes his entire weight on top of Cena, turns that shit into an accolade. So he was playing possum again, like on Ziggler last week. So I'm like, yes! I was like so rooting for, but fucking Owens again comes in behind, boots Rusev for the DQ. So, yeah, one-on-one match. So there's DQs now. They mentioned there wouldn't. It's a triple threat match, so there's no disqualifications. So, but now that it's one-on-one, there's DQs. So I was like, Owens fucking it up again. And I'm like, Owens being a little too salty. I was like, damn, that's twice he fucking sued you for your title, Suda. Wow. And you were prepared for Rusev to just beat like a 900% Rusev till he turned possum on you and looks like about to win. Wow. How the fuck are we supposed to cheer for Cena? He's an ass. That's the most heel thing ever! That fucking Del Rio and the Ziggler, that was the double turn that, I forget what pay-per-view it was, but that was pretty much the same thing. Like, Rusev, like you shouldn't be out here, you shouldn't be fighting. He just went through a match, now he's gonna fight Cena, and Cena's he's gonna take this on? I'm like, well, fuck John Cena, wow. He's like, but I'm a good guy. I do for the charities. Fuck you. This guy went through fucking NXT champion in a fucking Swiss Army knife that is Cesaro. I hope that's what I probably would have been called that at some point, like the human Swiss Army knife, because he dissects opponents in the ring with this European uppercuts, his shoryukens. Wow. I haven't even gotten to the fucking pay-per-view match. I'm already pissed at Cena. Didn't really care about this segment because it's tough enough, and I haven't been watching because it's fucking, like, feels like, it really does feel like Big Brother. It's like a game show thing with, like, American Idol. You got, like, the 3 judges. I'm like, oh. Especially since the last Tough Enough amounted to fuck all. So, it's just this game show Big Brother feel to it now. And my interest is just nothing for this. I don't care. I did take notice, like, okay, who do the people like? I just was curious, like, who's over with the people? And it was Patrick and ZZ, who were the only ones that got any kind of audible love from that crowd. Everybody else, I think, was either, like, they didn't care or just booed. And, hey, Stardust is back tonight. He says, hero, villain. For me, the views never change. Neville claims that gravity forgot him. It is that same gravity you neglect. I will bring you crashing down, and a new star will rise. Embrace the strange. Awesome graphic for both these guys. It was the the man that gravity forgot versus the Prince of Dark Matter for Stardust. And like Cesaro and Rusev, they trade wins off each other on Raw and SmackDown. Stardust gets the win over him by pulling the tights. He goes to shake hand and he goes to shake his hand. And Stardust I'll shake your hand. And boom, suckers him in, boots him. And that's the start of the match and all that. But yeah, they trade hits. And I thought they were gonna have a match at the pay-per-view because it was gonna have the rubber match. But I guess they're saving that for SummerSlam, and rightfully so. Let these guys put on a pay-per-view quality match because Cody Rhodes, Neville, great, or Stardust, but he's done. Yeah, he's gotta keep kayfabe, brother. Well, here comes the contract signing. Rollins out first, saying, "In this world, all a man has is his word, and I'll give you mine now. I'm not afraid of Lesnar. I conquer the Conqueror again on Sunday, and stand in the charred remains of Suplex City, still your champion." Him and Lesnar out next and ready to sign. Him was like, "Rollins, ever since you betrayed your brothers in the Shield, I've wanted to see someone get their hands on you. When you sold your soul and made yourself the future, as you call yourself, the fans wanted to see someone get their hands on you. When you took Brock's title away like a thief in the night at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar wanted to get his hands on you. And like mirroring what Triple H said, the pressure is on. People are paying to see you get your ass kicked, and I swear by my God of retribution, those people get their money's worth, as Brock does indeed do just that. You're gonna be dragged lifeless to Suplex City. One beast, one conquer. The true future of the WWE. Rollins is about to perhaps attack Lesnar when he's signing, and Heyman's like, "Yo, hands on the table," and Rollins like, "No, I'm good, and Brock's just like, well, flips over the fucking table, and I'm like, oh, are they about to do this now? But no, there's like underneath the tables are like an axe handle. I'm like, again stealing from Triple H, because that was the thing for a while for contract signing, and it was like 2 different contract signings, like one for. Like, it first started with, like, the Big Show. They were having, like, a contract signing, and Big Show's like, fucking... He's like, yeah, you ain't got Evolution, fuck you, I'm gonna beat the shit, sign that contract, you keep running your mouth, I'm gonna beat the shit here, and Triple H is like, yeah, I don't need backup for you, fat boy, fuck you. Big Show chokes him, and Triple H just, boom, in the eye with a fucking pen, flips over the table, and underneath is a fucking sledgehammer, and he just throws it into fucking Big Show's hand. He just breaks his hand for that, so. And that was like a big thing for a while. And I think it was either like, again with like him I think it was him for the title against John Cena at one WrestleMania. And I think someone else was coming out and it's like, it's like, Triple H, I could flip this, I could flip this table over. There's probably a sledgehammer. Knowing me, there's that sledgehammer under there, And Cena's like, you flip that table over, I'll take that sledgehammer and stick it up your ass. And I think someone else, I think it was the Big Show or somebody else, I forget who it was, someone came out and Triple H is like both of them were having a feud with this guy. They're like looking over, or it's like someone from SmackDown, I forget. I remember, like, again, he did it twice with like the thing under the, so I guess that's where Seth got it from, like the foreign object underneath, like taped underneath the contract signing, like he's got the great equalizer kind of, but it's always like an axe handle, and Brock pulls out the axe handle, and Rollins is like, shit. he lays it on the table, and Rollins is like, sit down, come on, come get it. Is more likely, he's like, you want this, and just snatch this axe handle from my hand, grasshopper, and. Not quite like that. He's just like laying on the table, and Brock's just like, why don't you come over here and take this little axe handle from me. And he's like, ah! He manages to snatch it up, and he's like, it's like, all right, I'm gonna try it again. And Brock throws the entire table right into Rollins and works him for that 2-1, gets to Lesnar, and Kane's trying to work in. Rollins gets him with the axe handle, is about to pedigree Brock onto some steel steps till Brock rages out of there, sends Rollins running. But not before evading a chokeslam and running right through Kane. Then after Rollins is gone, he takes them steel steps, sandwiches the top and bottom onto Kane's leg. So, Seth, your plan didn't work. Brock's did. Apparently Brock's had a plan of his own, because he went into the pay-per-view without any backup. Like, no J&J, no Kane, no enhanced abilities, no physical mutations, no nothing. You'll be nothing, anything more than a mere Seth Rollins. So, whistling through the proverbial graveyard that maybe is his Suplex City. Because he all but promised he was going to bury his ass. Rollins is like, Brock's like, all right, my work here is done. I'm going to leave now. I'll see your ass on Sunday. And he's like, is he gone? Is he gone? And Rollins immediately, like, back in. He's like, you fucking idiot. Like, this was your plan? Fuck you. Like, I'm still going to beat you at SummerSlam, Brock. But fuck you, kid. Your fucking clown shoes. I've had it with you. Your whole career, you get rid of Lesnar? This was your plan? How'd that work? It worked out for you real well. Like, your whole career, one big disappointment. You're nothing without me, and now without me, you're nothing. And I told you before, at the beginning, if your plan failed, it was going to be on you. So Seth, like, just going after Kane's leg, already beaten up, and just screams like, I'm still going to be champion. SmackDown opens with Roman Reigns claiming Bray Wyatt stays like, he's not in my head. He can't break my focus, and if he did, he wouldn't have taken that ass kicking I gave him on Monday. Bray interrupts saying, the prophecy's true. You're the perfect combination of brutality and brains. But what did you do to deserve those gifts? What gave you the right to try and make a fool of me? I didn't need to turn around on Raw. I knew you were going to do that. I could feel your presence, and for a moment, I admired you. For a moment, I see why they chose you. You're the unattainable. The stone monument that represents all that's good in the world, and at Battleground, my fists are going to be the hammer that destroys that monument and leaves it crumbling. Roman's like, how about you bring that hammer down here? Are you going to stay on that TV all night? Bray's like, you hold no power over me? Fool! You... Excalibur! From a United King, I'm looking for heaven. I'm going to Sister Abigail. He's like, why you stand out there with them insignificant people that chant your name? Collect your roses, gladiator. I thought that was Sheamus' gimmick. Like, are you not entertained? I still don't know what he yells at the beginning. He doesn't say, are you entertained? He's like, something. It's like, maybe it's like in Irish or Gaelic, like a Gaelic tongue, maybe? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. I don't know what he yells at the beginning. Cole would have been... You think Cole would, or JBL or somebody in commentary would have figured it out by now, but no, they're too busy calling Bray's people who light things up his fireflies. Bray has never called anything his fireflies. Shut the fuck up. Personal regards to the internet wrestling community. Everybody on Twitter that bitches about me about wrestling. No one, he didn't call any fireflies anything. Like, where are you getting this? Who calls them the fireflies? You do, because you think fucking Bray Wyatt, like, they're not believers. Like, they're into it. They're like, all right, let's add to this. And it started becoming cool. And I'm like, stop making this lame. God damn it. They're not fucking... Maybe he could work it. Like, I mean, he called them insignificant. Bray could be like, you come out here and say I call them my fireflies, and it's actually apropos because that's what I view them as, like insignificant little bugs just turning on them little lights and trying to be a part of something bigger, blah blah blah. It's usual, like, these people, they put their lights on because they can't help themselves. They worship me. Like, they're stupid shit, but then you can, like, maybe work around it. Hopefully I can talk more on that, and as I can get into hyperbole even more during the pay-per-view. Anyway, Roman's like, says, like, the only thing real you care about is right here. You can't, Roman's like, you want to talk real? The only thing's real is the face of fear running away from me on Monday. And Bray's like, that's... this anger you have of this fire, I like it. Give it to me. But when I corner this vicious dog, then I'm expecting him to bite me. But when I raise my hand, that dog sits and obeys. So before Battleground, surround yourself with your loved ones and tell them you're sorry, because you won't be able to tell them anything afterwards. Okay, you're just having a match. It's not like you're having like TLC or something like that, like a Hell in a Cell, like Kofi and Big E go over the Lucha Dragons. They get the P2P on commentary as they say they're taking what's rightfully theirs. That prime time is their time. Reigns, but Ambrose backstage saying he wants to just repeatedly punch Bray in the face over and over. And Ambrose is like, yep. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. Been doing this shit for months, and he's lucky we didn't do worse to him on Monday. So let's go take care of Show and Sheamus, who I refer to as the Big Shay. Let's take care of them, but, keep one eye open for Bray. Wade Barrett wins his tune-up match on Jack Swagger, then tells R-Truth that he comes out with his gimmick infringement. He's like, fucking, you stop that right now. This has gone on way too long. He's preaching to the Internet Wrestling Choir on this one, by the way. I earned my King of the Ring. I beat 3 guys in less than 24 hours. You entered and weren't good enough to win, and then you come out here like you're... put this stupid shit on and try to discredit it. There was a lot of great men that were king of the ring, and yes, I count myself among them. You want to come out week after week, no matter how many times I beat you, to make a mockery? A joke? I'm going to beat you so hard at Battleground, you're going to fall to your knees and hail King Barrett. I'm like, yeah. I give a shit about Barrett again. Wow, yes. Something else to be excited about on SmackDown, so. And Angry Barrett looking to end this bullshit. And I was like, okay, yes, I care again. Like, I want this way, Barrett. Like, yo, like, bullhammer the fuck out of everything that stands and make them bow. Like, you know, like, get on your knees. I said bow. Bullhammer. Bow to your king. Bow to your sensei. That's why I came up with the John Cruz thing on during the parry. I was like, sweep the leg, and I posted up like, Wade Barrett, sweep the leg. Like, he bullhammers the leg, like he clips him. Like, ooh, that would be nasty. That would be a hard thing to take, like, to sell that. Like, like a chop block, but it's like the bullhammer for the legs. You could sell, like, flip a 180 and just like right in the face. Like, that's what I was hoping he'd do. He's just like, fuck you. Clip his ass. Put him on the ground. Make sure he don't get up again. Make him some bits. Make him humble. Oh, match of the night again, Cesaro and Rusev. Once again, he's as over as Ambrose is, if not more. Like, Ambrose was like, because he says, like, it's like Big Show and Sheamus. It's like, it's they like him. He has a match. He was the only one who was getting a chance for that during that main event that they had. But yeah, Cesaro is. This is maybe like the foot in the door that gets him like a good run at a title again or something like that with no Tyson Kidd there. I mean, I like that. I like the team, the Brass Ring Club, but man, Cesaro, like I'm glad they're doing something with him. They're really like building him up. Like the crowd was like, but yeah, Cesaro beats Rusev, and they put him over as like this only the other guy other than John Cena and actually pin him. Like 1, 2, 3, they beat him. It'd be like Bray Wyatt beating The Undertaker. It'd be like the second man to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. It would still be kind of impressive. Like, Rusev, for all intents and purposes, was just nigh untouchable till Cena. Like, he may not have been he didn't have been the guy who did it, but because of the match they had, because of the significance of it, it's like, okay, this guy's legit. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done on Raw, but again, I was really impressed. And again, the match of the night. And Sheamus gets asked for his thoughts on his opponents tonight and facing Orton at Battleground. He's like, discount Josh Matthews. I need to know who that guy's name is. Because now it's like, discount Josh Matthews. Like, TNA Josh Matthews should be discount Josh Matthews. Shit. Like a Tim and Taz calling a Bobby Roode match. Oh, wait, and then I'm on YouTube just looking around for like, wait, Bobby Roode is in WWE? And he had like this, if I can find it, he had like this blonde hair and like purple cape. Oh man. And I was like, Bobby R-U-D-E, I guess. Is he related to him? I don't think so. I looked it up. I don't remember him being related. It'd be kind of cool if he was. Like second generation, man. One of the few good things about TNA was that reign of Roods and then Austin Aries and all that stuff, but now it's like they're all gone now. They're the Global Force or something like that. And Jeff's talking about like I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get Ring of Honor, I'm gonna pull all these dudes in and make my own thing. Like it looks like he's starting his own competition for. He's doing what Vince McMahon did. He's getting all the territories and building them up. And I think Jeff Jarrett's kind of. It sounds like he's mirroring like kind of the same way. Like that was the only thing I was paying the most attention about on that. Like, I need to know more about this. Like, is he actually, like... Because I knew he was in Global Force Wrestling. I knew he was there. Last thing I saw him in was him and, turning on somebody. And he's like, oh, he's in the Bullet Club now. I'm like, yeah, he's jumped on that bandwagon and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, he's being a heel again. Yeah, it's his thing. The guitar shot and everything. I'm like, eh. But, man... And a lot of people give Jarrett shit, but the guy can actually... I'd like to think he knew what he was doing in TNA. He knew more than fucking Dixie Carter. Yeah. You know, early on TNA, like NWA TNA, that was amazing. I like that. Even later on TNA was pretty good. Like the Jim Cornette thing and everybody was on that. Like it was the beginning of the end with Dixie Carter, and now we're seeing it here. Now it's getting to be the end. My only friend, the end. The proof is in the doll/pudding, as Kevin Nash once said. That was good too. But now it's bad. Really bad. Speaking of bad, the best at dominating is the team of Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha Banks. Naomi's like, the odds are even now. Me and Tamina, we've been riding together, but now we got the NXT Women's Champ with us. And speaking of the Women's Champ, she says, the boss is in WWE, and it's time for us to take over the Divas division. Those other two teams want to step to us. They think they can take us. We handle our business. Sasha Banks. Might have seen maybe like a little bit. Might have seen like I wanted to get a little more familiar with her, and I see there's something about her, man. Wow, like maybe a little like not like crush thing or anything. I mean she's not unattractive at all. I'm like wow, she's a little more than that. I'm like wow. I really hope she does well. I really want her to be like this, the upper echelon, like Trish Stratus was back in the day, like when she was like Trish and Lita era. Like a lot of people were saying, like she's the next step or something like that. Like Beth Phoenix for a time, like where she was dominating. Like I haven't been excited about a Divas match in a while, and I've seen a lot of people say that. I'm like, and people in NXT like the Divas matches on there. It was like, again, I haven't seen much. I mean, I don't get to that, but I don't know. There's something about Sasha Banks. I mean, her theme music, like I had that stuck in my head for like a fucking week. I was like, I knew I was gonna be singing that at work. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, wait, no, not that. And I'm like, wait, that theme's awesome, and she is too. Something about her. Like I said, it's not like 100% like, I think, like, she's just hot or whatever. But no, it's, I don't know, it's just the look, the attitude, like, it's a lot like Edge back in '99, who I back then was like, wow, I hope this guy really does well. Like he's got it. And he became like one of the bigger stars they had. Like he became, the ultimate opportunist, One of the most hated men when he was heel. One of the most, probably held the championship a whole fuck ton of times, man. He's one of the more decorated guys out there. And he, got the. And I'm glad he's doing really well. He was one of my favorites in the Attitude Era early on. As soon as I saw like his first match, I'm like, wow, who is this guy? Like Edge, like wow, he looks cool. Like wow, he fucked up the one Los Pericos guy. That was his first match. Like his first match was like the Los Pericos guy, and he just had a match and he had to be like carried out, and Edge won like by Cannon. I'm like, holy shit, he fucked him up. Like back then, I didn't know that much about him. I'm like, wow, he wrestled this guy, and it's like he fucked him up. Holy shit, who is this guy? Like I know to watch more of him. I'm like, you coming out through the crowd. I thought that was the coolest thing ever too. Like Roman Reigns, like the Shield does it now, but I think. I don't know who actually like started that, but that was the first time I saw somebody like do like the through the crowd entrance. Like I mean, like he would just be like you get like the music and he was like, where is he? Like they really like pan, like you never knew where he was gonna come in. Was the thing like the Shield had like they were more like deliberate. Like it's like okay, it's this one camera angle. Which Roman Reigns still does now. It's like it's that one angle where he walks through this way. Like Edge was just. They had like camera crews spinning the entire ring. Like, where is he? Like Keiko's like, where is he at? Where's this freak Edge at? Where can he be? It's like, he's right behind me. He just shows up. He didn't say or do much back then. His lines were just he just was angry and screamed a lot. But again, he was. That's why I'm always looking at guys like like, wow, these guys don't have shit. I'm like, maybe sometimes I'll take an opportunity to turn nothing into something. That's why a lot of people are really high up on Stardust. I wasn't at first, but maybe it's because of his dad, the late great Dusty Rhodes, if you will. He's got that presence about him, and he takes what he has and he makes it his own. He turns it 11th degree. Like he's really embraced this Frank Gorshin. Like I think it was like Rosenberg or something like that. He was like an interview, and he was like in character the whole time. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, wow, does he do this with all these characters? I'm like, wow, this is. So yeah, I've turned around on a lot of people. Like I was a little skeptical of a couple people, but I remember Stardust sticking out most. I was like, wow, this is gonna be. And then I was like, I still would like him to come back. I was hoping what the thing would be like maybe he doesn't do the Stardust thing like everybody was thinking. Like somebody linked the one thing where Goldust burns his like the Attitude Era. He's it's Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Runnels, he was known. He was like Dustin Runnels back then, but it's Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, but he was like, he burns his Goldust attire. And he's like, Goldust dies tonight. Like, I'll put this on for you. Vince tried to please my daddy. And that was the whole thing where it became like this super religious guy. Which ultimately was like, that didn't go anywhere. And then he came back as Goldust anyway, so it mattered next to nothing. One thing I remember, that one guy just being like really obnoxiously loud. Like you hear at the end, he's like Gold, like you might find it on YouTube. He's like, Goldust, and like I did things with my daddy. I put this outfit on and made myself look like a damn fool. And you know why? And the guy in the crowd's like, because you're a faggot. Like, wow. Couldn't get away with that shit nowadays. Like, wow. Like, he's like, you're a faggot, Rhodes. It just came back to, and I think like the week later too, it was like a thing with the King. He was having a feud with him. He's like, I like the King, like Jerry King was having like kind of a shoot thing. He's like, that got really dark. Like, wow. Like he's like, I know Dustin Rhodes, and he would be ashamed of you because his son's, dressed up in women's clothes, acting like a flaming fag. That was acceptable in the 90s. Not so much now, just constitutional now, motherfuckers. It's CM Punk calling people, CM Punk, you have a vagina. I don't think I would have been like he called him a homo. I could tell by the look on his face he wanted to call him a faggot, but no. That was a lot of hyperbole for wow, I'm rambling more than usual. It's super hot in here, man. God damn. I gotta get through this or it's never gonna happen. But anyway, Bray gets involved, of course, in the main event, Better match than I thought it was, because shit gets crazy as Ambrose reverses a choke slam into a DDT through a table. Like once again, the crowd's like really behind Ambrose all the way. Show's like dead after that one. And Reigns just a punch for Bray Wyatt and a spear for Sheamus. Like Reigns going through everybody. Alright. Didn't care much about the... Well, I did. I did see the pre-show, mostly because, okay. I watched SmackDown, and I said, Barrett was like, fuck you. I earned this fucking King of the Ring. Like, it doesn't mean much now, but he made it. He came out there and said his thing, and it's like, he made it matter. You sold me on that match. You convinced me to sit down and watch the pre-show match, and hopefully you fucking killed fucking R-Truth, this really offensive biter who's ripping off your goddamn gimmick. He's making a fool of you. Fuck this guy. King Haku wouldn't take that. Like, it fucking shit. Like Harley Race looking at me, he's like, the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna start fucking like, I'm just thinking of all the past King of the Rings. Like, even Booker T would be like, oh, You ain't got nothing for King Booker. I'ma fuck you up, son. Yeah, you do. Breaking up. Time for talking is done. That's fun. That one promo in TNA where he just goes off like like the King Booker. It's like, JP, the time for talking is done. You wanna make me bleed? Make me bleed, dog. I'm gonna hurt you. He's I think he's trying really hard not to laugh at the end because he's losing his fucking mind over here. He's like, yo, you talk about taking me out, talk about lunch money, something along those lines. I don't know. You can find it on TNA. Holy shit! Like he went off. Like we need more of that in the W. Just let people do their own thing. Like it didn't make a lot of sense, but fuck was I entertained. Fucking I want to see that. Like time for talking is done. You just make me bleed, dog. You wanna start talking about a fight? Talking about schoolyard? Talking about let's money? You gonna get hurt. Barrett wins, thankfully. Apparently they made this for like the Battle of the Crown, and it's Cole's like, it's King Barrett versus King. What's up? And JBL's like, shut the fuck up. He's not a king, not until he wins. Anyway, because it's the battle for the crown, like they mentioned. I thought that's going to be a thing where the crown gets defended. And I don't see that being a thing like that. I was thinking about whether they could do that for like okay, he has the title, but... Or no, not the title, the briefcase. Like, the briefcase, it's like, you have that briefcase, but you know what, I want that briefcase. How about you defend that, And that would be a thing. Like anybody could just come up and be like, hey, how about that briefcase? I want the briefcase. You defend it. Like every time you come at it, you defend that briefcase or something like that. That would certainly make for something more interesting instead of the part where he comes out every week or pay-per-view and loses until he cashes in and then all of a sudden becomes a threat. I don't like that. They did it for Rollins too. Like you would just lose and lose. And that's what Sheamus did versus Orton as well. I was like, That was the next match, by the way. But anyway, hopefully the what's up thing is done. But I'm not holding my breath. You fool me once, okay? We ain't having this shit, okay? If it's done, it's done. And oh man, but yeah, Battleground. It's just like 0-2 for being a good pay-per-view. So I'm hoping Lesnar breaks this streak too. And Orton and Sheamus is the opener match of this thing. I'm like, all right, well at least they have a thing. Like Sheamus fucked Orton up and he was gone for a while, and then he came back. Like he was put on the shelf for a while. So I'm like, okay, it's these two, but they got something to make this match kind of interesting, and it is a hometown crowd for Randy Orton. So I'm like, okay, it's they got something to feed off on to actually again to make this match more interesting. And I was paying a little bit. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm gonna pay attention. And then it's points for ingenuity from the crowd. So the crowd's at least off to a good start because there's RKO chants, but they do RKO. They were doing it in the New Day Club. It's like RKO. Thumbs up, St. Louis. You're one of the cool crowds. WWE, you are allowed to come back here. But yeah, I don't know what it is with Sheamus and Orton. It's the new Sheamus Del Rio, and I'm one of those guys that was always like Del Rio. I'm like, I've seen maybe like him. I've seen how passionate he is on Lucha Underground. I'm like, holy shit, that's like, why didn't we get that? Well, because WWE is fucking more the booking and anything else. Because Del Rio was just like Destiny. I always wanted to see him have like in WWE, should have had like if he wanted to get over, he wanted to keep the title, he could have had like a kind of like a Latino version of JBL's cabinet where he just had like some dudes, like he's like King Booker or JBL, like he had like a Latino heel stable. If they wanted to get him like over with Latinas, they could have done that. They could have had maybe you could have built like a new star around that, kind of like what they did with Randy Orton. That's reason Evolution worked really well. They could have done that. They could have had like a Sin Cara or someone, or like a Kalisto come in, like all these other lucha, like the more lucha guys or other guys come in, and then one guy's like, well, I'm not fucking having this shit anymore. I'm gonna fucking turn on you. I remember that working pretty well for at least I think so. I didn't watch much WCW, but I remember the Flock, and then there was like Perry Saturn who turned on him. I think he got over with that. So, I'm just saying they could have handled him better. And again, I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, we didn't know what he had, what he'd gone. I just remember all the interviews, like, he didn't want to turn face. Like, he was like, I turned face, but they wanted, he said, and I was like, yeah, we pretty much jumped to that conclusion as well. They wanted that next Rey Mysterio for the Latino audience. They wanted to grab those people, and they wanted the next Eddie, they wanted the next Rey, and with Del Rio, it just didn't happen. The crowd knew it. It didn't happen. It's like, no, that's not working. That's not gonna work. And I think that's what the thing with Reigns was. They were trying to do something with that. And I was like, no. We knew who we like. You can't tell us who to like. We like this guy. And then, we like this guy too until you started shoving him down our throats. Now it's, that's why I said I was feeling bad for Reigns. It's like it's not his fault. It's fucking the people behind him are not giving him the chance, and that's so now again I'm looking back. I'm a little older, a lot older and wise, and I'm just trying not to take things too seriously about this. Like I remember shitting on fucking Cena because of what you call it, but of course now I was completely right to shit on him because he broke up that team of what was it, the Awesome Truth? It was Miz and R-Truth. R-Truth heel was amazing. Now it's just like, because I was like one step forward and now it's like 10 steps back. But yeah, Sheamus has Orton in his submission for a while till he has to break due to Orton get to the ropes. RKO out of nowhere. And once again, the stigma of the Money in the Bank winner losing big pay-per-view matches continues. But hey, Seth Rollins lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania and then cashed in. And now Seth Rollins is the one having to deal with Brock Lesnar. Irony? Could be. Rise to your feet for celebration for the last 5 weeks. 5 weeks. 5 weeks. New Day. We've been tested. But with the power of positivity, you can never be defeated. Big E's like, when you do the right thing, as Spike Lee said, you reap the rewards. Look at me, I'm reaping. Look at me. He throws his hand around. Like, you got some big hands. You can reap. I have the feeling seasons might actually fear the Big E, as with the wind, the sun, and the rain. I write the shit down, and I'm like, I can't believe I wrote this shit down, and then I read it, and I'm like, I can't believe I read it. Oh. Alright, if I don't get this, it's never gonna end. I started it I started like hours ago. I can't believe it's been this long, just because I have a lot of shit to talk about. But alright. Again, it might be the gamer in me, but I was like, I hope the New Day wins, just because of up, down on YouTube, because I love that channel. I gotta see what they did for, because fucking Heath Slater, or, Mr. Miller, or what they call him, I think, is his actual name. Like he lost a challenge, but he ducked out, which is dirty pool. It's like, you can't do that, because Xavier ate the peppers! He had, he lost to Kofi Kingston, I think it was like FIFA, or it was like a soccer game. I think it was FIFA, like a FIFA 15. And then I think it was like the pepper challenge, like 3-4 really hot peppers in a row, and fucking snot was coming out of his nose. He was like in tears. He was like in pain. I was like, Eddie, no matter what, whoever loses, they fucking do this challenge, because I just did this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see. But again, I was like, oh man, again, the best way to make somebody face, I don't know, maybe it was just the game with me, because I remember Turtles in Time, and Evan Cesaro just reminisce about old school, fighters, and I was like, I played the original Double Dragon. I was like, love that channel. Up, down on YouTube. Check that shit out. I forget who somebody on Twitter brought it up, and I forget who it was. Like somebody on my Twitter feed was like, "Hey, have you seen this? Like Dawson's Creek? Like he's got a gamer channel. Wow, this is actually kind of cool." So I'm like, okay. Now like again, like man, like up, down, down. That's what it should have been called. Up, up, down, down. I see what they were going with. He's been always the mouthpiece. Like he never gets in the ring, but he's like on the outside. He's hyping the match up. He's like, check out Big E. He's taking him out with that tricep meat. Hey, Dean Ambrose, master those titties. I always wanted to say that. Oh, it's another great match. Another great match. And again, Darren Young just takes all the beatings while Titus O'Neil, fucking huge man, like audible slaps, like the chops, just, like you know it's loud when you just hear, like it almost like you hear it like almost echo for like a split second or two. I'm like, fuck. Gets out on Big E's gonna cave his chest in. I'm flattening them Big E's out. Big E goes A-cups. What the fuck? Oh, it's too hot to laugh too hard. Oh no, this is bad. Oh man. D Young dodges a trouble in paradise, gut checks him, then Titus O'Neil hits the finish on the Big E, who I think was the legal man to win. I don't know. I was writing that down and laughing too hard the first time I said it. I thought I was over it. I'm just picturing it like just Dean Ambrose like licking his lips, like, oh, and it turns out to be Big E, and he's like, and then it's like the surprised face when Seth Rollins takes the fucking Agent Mist or whatever it is from the fake Money in the Bank. That was just like, wait a minute. No, this those aren't titties at all, were they, Dean? Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, that's what I imagine. He's the big dude from Dexter. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, clap your hands! There was this thing earlier where Stephanie was talking to somebody saying that because there was no Intercontinental title match, this turned out to be great, by the way. Yeah, it's like, alright, we're Diva teams we built on Monday because it looked like they weren't going to have a match. I'm like, wow, okay. I guess you're saving that for not the pay-per-view, or maybe you were saving it for SummerSlam? Hopefully? Again, this is me trying to think, power of positivity. P-O-P. Yeah, they're gotta pick, 3 teams, they each gotta pick, like, a representative. And, Paige backstage, they're gonna have a triple threat. Paige backstage is like, I want to change this division for months, and I'm psyched to have you guys join the main roster. Becky Lynch is like, we're not just gonna bring change in the division, we're gonna rebuild that sucker, build, brick by brick. Show the divas, show the superstars, everybody. And Charlotte adds, we're gonna do it with flair. I'm like, hey. And so like Charlotte gets points for participation. I'm like, she adds that thing in, and I'm like, ah. Feels like R-Truth, like just saying, and that's what's up. I'm like, no, you get the participation trophy. I'm like, ah, come on. Ugh. I was looking forward to Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. And hang on, I think my battery's about to go, so I better plug that in real quick. But yeah, I remember one moment Bray dodges us. This must be a new thing that they do with Roman Reigns. This might be the longest podcast ever because I'm sweaty and tired to edit this out. I'm just going to get this up as I can. So, a more all natural podcast, if you will. I'm sweating like a motherfucker after that. Master those titties. Oh, I'm horrible. Oh my god. Master those titties match. Anyway, Bray dodges a spear in the outside and just rams himself into the steel steps. At some point, he's got him in a submission and yells at the referee. He's like, "Ask him for Christ's sake!" I clearly saying Christ's sake, but of course they bleep that out. But I see his mouth moving and I could tell that's what he's saying. It's like, I heard like, he's saying like Christ, so I'm thinking like, hey, ask him for Christ's sake. Y2 Bray, I guess. Hold 1, arm bar. Hold number 2, arm drag. Hold number 3, arm duck. St. Louis does not like Roman Reigns. One guy's like really audible, just booing the fuck out of him. Just, ooh. Booing Roman. I'm like, oh, come on, I thought we were over this. Roman's like, oh. No, I'm like, oh. Like, Roman, I was worried, I was cool about the match. Again, this is the thing I was talking about, like, this must be a thing they do with Roman now, where first time he goes for the drop kick and somebody the same size as him just clips him out of the air because it was so cool and fucking Sheamus did it. Like, I popped huge for that shit. I was like, holy fuck! And Wyatt does it. He lariats the fuck out of him. Just boom! Like somebody just counters the dropkick and Reigns just like, I don't even dislike Reigns. It's really cool to just see that spot. It's like okay, I guess he's gonna do it here too. It's like the reverse RKO out of nowhere. Like people were psyched to see that, just catching people flying from the sky. Like Evan Bourne was like flying from the sky, just RKO'd the fuck out of him. Or an indoor RKO, or Undertaker early on. Undertaker like going for a choke slam and then reversing the RKO. Like, many times you could hit that from like a counter or something like that. Like, that's cool. Only it's like against the guy you want it to be. He has a spot, but he's on the receiving end, so it's a little weird. But it's just irony not lost on me. But man, it's a Superman punch somehow, not a 3 on that one. I'm like, wow. He goes for the spear, but Bray like stops it with a big boot and then another lariat 2 count on his end. So I'm like, oh shit. Roman's I really expected like this to go by disqualification because Wyatt was gonna like do something. He was gonna pull out like a picture. He's like, remember this, Roman? I wipe my ass, or something like that. Like, I have her, she's here. Or he's gonna like, he can't say anything too skeevy. Like, he could like, that could be implied. Like, he's just holding, like, it would just be like him holding up the picture, and then he's like without making it sound too skeevy. I guess they didn't want to do that, like the whole Father's Day thing. Like, that was skeevy enough just by itself, and I'm like, okay, they're because they haven't done that in a while. Like, that's how it's like, it started with the interference, and then it like escalated to that to try and make it a little more personal, which, okay, good, add shit to it. Like, but again, it was like the Dean Ambrose thing where it's like, how come Daddy don't love you anymore, Deanie? Yeah, it's that thing heels do where they take shit, try to make it personal because they're trying to. I really thought Roman was just gonna boot the shit out of Wyatt, and the ref was like, get the fuck off of him and disqualify him. So Wyatt was gonna find some bullshit way to win. He does win in a bullshit way, but not the way you might expect at first. And near the end, as he's taking chairs, I'm like, okay, this is the shitty DQ finish. Like, Bray's, he's got 2 chairs ready to strike. I'm like, Concerto? No. Conbrato? Too much fun. But yeah, he's got like 2 chairs and he's ready to hit Roman with them. But Roman attacks him. He takes those chairs, throws them in the ring. He gets others and starts throwing them in the ring. And ref's like, fucking, you stop throwing fucking chairs in the ring, goddammit. And until someone in a hoodie super kicks him, and then Bray picks up the pieces and wins. Who is that hooded man? It's Luke Harper! Holy shit! 2/3 of, like, the actual people, because Eric Rowan was like, he had good theme music. I thought he had good theme music, but I'm like, is that it? I'm like, yeah, no one really cares about Eric Rowan, I think. Because I know people like Luke Harper, that's like, Brody and, I forget what it was it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember people like, okay, this guy's cool. Like, I remember everybody was like on the moon on Luke Harper. I'm like, holy shit. And then he became like Intercontinental Champion. I'm like, okay, there's a reason for that, because he's, I'm like, I didn't know he could super kick a guy. I'm like, holy shit. That was good. And now I'm like, okay. And I remember, like, new tag champs. Because, wow. PTP and these two. For the tag belts at Summer. Wow, yes! I'd be hyped for that. That'd be cool. BAD back there, Beautiful and Dominating, or whatever, or I forget, I don't even remember what they called them. I think they changed it, but it was like Beautiful and Dominating or something like that. That's what I call them. Because I got Tamina the Muscle, Naomi's just like, I got the Razzle Dazzle, and it looks like Sasha's gonna step down tonight. Yay! Non-title, of course, but, whatever, triple threat, it was Sasha Banks and Charlotte putting on a fucking show, while it looked like Nikki Bella was going to step in, but then she's like, Brie, she runs off and sends Brie in there. It's like, you got this, you get in there. So yeah, as Sasha Banks and Charlotte put on a really good match, and Brie was there. That's what this was. I'm like, okay, yeah. Alright, I like it. Charlotte's about to beat Bray until Sasha goes in with, it looks like Carlito's backbreaker into her submission, which she calls the bank statement. Great name. Love it. Alright, cool. Brie, she tries to take advantage, but Charlotte gets, like, it's like a figure 4, but she's like, she's like the upside down, like, crab walk, really, but kind of, so it's called, like, the figure 8. I guess it's, like, more leverage or something. Brie taps, but, hey, the Bellas lost. I'm okay with that. And we got this, and again, they put on a show, the Bella was just there, and I'm just like, you know what? And it was immediately on Twitter, I was like, mirroring Triple H almost, like, adapt or perish. Your own little glitz and glamours and resins. It's fine for Total Divas, but this is a fucking wrestling ring, and well, they ain't got, they're women. Vag up? I don't know. Vag up or something? I can't say nut up. So it doesn't. The rubber match is on. And I gotta say, maybe it's because we've already seen it twice, but this was kind of, Owens and Cena 3. I'm like, we saw cool shit, but it's like, we've seen this twice already. And maybe it's that, maybe it's just like, maybe it was like, of course the finish soured things in a fucking hurry, but Owens is just like, screaming at Cena. He's like, we know the act, we've seen it for 10 years, get out of here with my title. Fuck your waiting bullshit. Get the fuck out here. Like, he doesn't have the NXT title because he lost to, damn it. He lost to the guy from Street Fighter V. I can't remember his name. Finn Balor. I was like, he's not that guy anymore. He's not Prince Devitt anymore. That was Bullet Club. And apparently Chris Jericho didn't know he started Bullet Club. I'm like, wow, really? I knew he did that, and you didn't? Do your fucking homework, Jericho. God damn, man. You know, you were on a podcast too, for Christ's sake. I mean, I look shit up to find my stuff, but at least I'll put in the time. I won't make it sound like sort of know what I'm talking about. Christ. No wonder people are so skeptical of you. Like, I seen people like Austin's got a really good podcast. Like, Austin will get what it is. Jericho's like, he's become like he's going the way of like the speakeasy corporate guy or something. Like he was like, because I was like, probably, so that's why he's probably perfect for that fucking the host of like, he's busy become like Gordon Ramsay, Ryan Seacrest or something. I'm like, wow, really? Wow. It was a good match for what it was. But yeah, it was like 3 because, vicious DDT. Like, Owens has like a game plan. Like, he's trying to take out. It looked like he was trying to take out all the limbs of Cena, so he can't fight back. He drops Cena like on his head. He goes like a power bomb. He goes for like a move or something like that. Like he drops him on like one of his legs gives way, or like his arm like he'll drop on or something like that. Yeah. But Cena, being made of fucking adamantium, refuses to stay down for 3. But of course, Cena can't keep Owen down either. Like there was like a move he hits and he kicks out, and Cena's just flabbergasted for like a good minute or two. He's like he hit him with like a top rope AA, and Owens kicked out. And Cena's like, the fuck? What do I even do now? I thought that was gonna be it. Like that would have been the fit. Like, Cena was like, the fuck do I do now? And then I'm like, oh wait, he has a submission. He puts him in that, and it looks like Owens taps. I'm like, oh, wow. Fuck that finish. Great matches those two can put on, but fuck that finish. And I was thinking they could spin this, or maybe like someone else who was a booth with Triple H, because I didn't really see much of a tap. I don't know. I can spin this and do 4, but man, that's once again, and already the Twitter exploded with like, oh, Cena wins, Owens gets buried again, even though he beat Cena. Of course, he was going to lose here. I'm like, yeah. Owens, for all intents and purposes, should have gotten this title. So, should have gotten something more than fucking tapping out. Because tapping out, that's like the ultimate. That's like, well, again, he's I guess he could push him, like, kind of be like a shitty heel. Because he's been interfering in other people's matches, too. Or he's like, it's like kind of like a little kid who you didn't get his way. He's not, if I can't have this title, no one can. He's like, fuck you, Cesaro. You were about to beat Cena. I beat it. I beat your ass and saved Cena from losing that title. Did it on Raw with Rusev again. Like, Rusev had him. Like, it looked like Rusev had him. It looked like Cesaro had him, like, a couple weeks back. And every time, like, Owens would come out and just fuck it up. So, the more I think about that finish, I'm like, What do you do with him now? He doesn't have a belt. And Rusev just came back and has started killing people again. Not really. Like I said, he put on a wrestling clinic. Raw and SmackDown made it the match of the night there. And now we got Miz and Show, because we got to kill time, I guess. Miz is like, he's talking about, again, he kind of got a little bit of cheers because he was going off on Ryback and the Big Show. Like I was in the same season of Tough Enough with him, and when the going gets tough, the Ryback gets injured, because it's like his second, third injury or something like that. I'm like, no, he's like, oh damn, Miz. Like, this was like cocky heel Miz when he was like killing people again almost. I'm like, where the fuck is this Miz all the time? I wouldn't shit on you all the time, or no one else would probably either. I'd be like, okay. I'm like, no, leave him be. I'd be like, this. I like what he's doing here. Like, he's scared to face me. Who knows where Big Show is? In my opinion, he's been missing since the Attitude Era. Like, the crowd was like all on his side for like a little bit till Miz remembers like, oh yeah, I'm a heel. You know, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. He does that thing again. So, you know, but yeah, for a while, like the Miz had the crowd in his palm of his hands. I'm like, wow, okay, like just let him do that, man. Like he's been missing since the Attitude Era, and if he's smart, he'll do what the universe wants him to do and retire. Since I'm the only one here, the Authority should just give me that title. And then Big Show comes out. He's like, oh, hey, don't let these fans mock you. Let's team up and create Showbiz. Ow. And Show punches him and leaves. That accomplished fuck all, but I guess we needed to, get a little bit more overrun. We needed to kill some time, but, for the main event. Again, I really like the setup because Rollins is, again, by himself. No Authority. I didn't even see I saw Stephanie backstage, but no Triple H. I'm like, I really thought Rollins would just come up to them, but he's like whining and crying. He's like, Brock Lesnar, he took, and then the security, he took my car, and then came and I had to yell at him, I'm all by myself. I don't want you. But no, then Rollins like, almost delusional. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. I was like, no backstage segment for that. You could have done that instead of the fucking Miz and Show thing. I mean, it was cool at the beginning, but I was like, that didn't accomplish much. They don't have a match. Fuck it. What bring him out? Do the thing with Rollins backstage where he's just like, or he's trying to skip town. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like he's expecting me. It's like, I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna get carried out. I'm gonna keep my title. I'm gonna run away. And Triple H is like, no. He's like trying to skip out of town, and he's like just opens the door, and Triple H is flanked by like 10 security guards. He's like, you look a little lost. Like you had trouble going to the ring. It's like, what do these guys escort you? Like you could have been like face for just a little while, or just making sure Rollins wasn't like a bitch. So again, and he does get a chance to run away with the belt, but doesn't get far. Brock. Like he sees him, like he grabs the title from like the timekeeper and is about to go over the barricade. Brock is just leaps that fucking barricade from standing. It's just holy shit! Like less than a second, he's got him. Like oh fuck, he's like he's like a police dog. Like guy's trying to run away with the drugs. He's like Brock, sick him, like like a million on him. I expected Brock to like leap over the barricade and onto like like French. Like he's like shot out of a fucking cannon, like a fucking like one of the it's like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, like Five Nights at Leisner's. Like you get it's just the Brock scream for like the screaming effect. It's like you let loud enough to scare the shit out of somebody or make somebody laugh their ass off too. Oh my god. Yeah. Like nothing, he grabs him, snatches Rollins, just like, get the fuck back in the ring, bitch. I'm not done suplexing the shit out of you. He's Rollins like nearly gets F5, but Rollins has his game plan of trying to work the legs, and they're looking kind of thin actually, like compared to the rest of his body. Like they're not small, but compared to like his upper body, like they're kind of like white and pasty. They're kind of like my legs. Well, they're not like fucking like they're you'd expect his legs to be like tree trunks, but Brock's like, okay, I guess that's like his speed or something like that. You know, they're not beefy legs. They don't have to boot because he's fast. Like he is all his upper body. It's like, okay, fine. He's got really fast legs. You know, it looked weird. I'd expect his legs to be like a little bigger than that, but he was looking kind of like. But yeah, I guess it helped because, like I said, like he goes to leave, Brock's over here in the ring, exits the ring, leaps the barricade, and cuts him off. Like holy shit! Like he gets moved to like third, maybe fourth row before Lesnar's like right the fuck behind him. Holy shit! He's working his legs, but Brock just again. All about them suplexes. Yeah, and then eventually gets suplexed while he's still clenched around him, so he can like keep the he's got him locked in and suplexes him. He's like up to I think he's made it to like 12 or 13 or something like that. Like they were counting, and Rollins like he's got Rollins down. And he's like, "Oh, what's your move now?" And Rollins gets up and slaps him. So maybe that's his game plan. That's his game. All right, I'm gonna slap him. He's gonna beat the shit out of me, but he's gonna get himself disqualified. I'm gonna retain my title like a heel would. Looking for a DQ, but again, it's Brock Lesnar. You gotta live to tell of it. You gotta show up on Monday with the title. You're gonna be with like a fucking cast that's like, I won, yay! Oh fuck! I think I got internal bleeding. I have Brock-sized wounds on my chest where he fucking headbutted the shit out of me. I'm taking the night off. I'm going home for like a month. I'll be back for SummerSlam. Maybe. Like, holy shit. Like, there's... Oh, man. He just ends up getting more suplexes. Eventually, he's like, alright, time to go home. F5. Gong. Undertaker's stepped through a fucking time machine, because even though you close up and he's got like a little gray with the beard going on, but it looks like Undertaker Paul Heyman era SmackDown from like 2004, something like that. Like after that WrestleMania where he has his fight with King, where he's like wearing all black, but he's got like the short kind of hair going on. It's kind of curly on the end with like the mustache and everything. Like, he's back and he's pissed, and he hits not one but two tombstone pile drivers and a chokeslam. I guess he... Again... Well, I don't know what happens to Rollins. I guess he retains, but he pulled a Bray Wyatt. He was just gone. Like... and he walks away and the credits show up. I'm like, oh, I guess Rollins retains. That's our show. Holy shit. Taker wants his win back. I'm engaging, and it made me think back when I was watching, reading on Raw. I'm like, was this Kane's plan all along? Did he call Taker up? He's like, or did Taker sing on TV? He's like, you being a little, like, you're getting like a little bitch on TV. He's like, he suplexed you, and he's like, well, don't you worry about it. I've been training, and Kane's like, well, you say the word, and I'll be back, and I'll be on him like white on rice. And Kane's like, Kane keeps getting disrespected and threatened, and because there's the Dean Ambrose thing too. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. That's what it is. It made me think, like, was this Kane's plan for Rollins? Like, don't worry, I have a plan. It just wasn't going to be... He just didn't know when the plan was. He never said. He didn't say I had a plan for Lesnar. He just said, I have a plan. He didn't say when. He didn't say what. But that's what made me think of it. I'm like, was this Kane's doing? And a couple people thought of this too. I'm like, Because he could have done this, like, any time Lesnar was going for the championship. I guess you could argue that because Taker lost, he's like, maybe I don't have it anymore. And, Bray's calling me out, like, okay, if I beat this guy, I'll know if I still have it or not. If I can't beat this, but if I can't beat Bray Wyatt, that's it. And you could have handled it like that. Maybe they'll do that in Raw, where he's like, I had to know if I could still be the dead man, if I could still be that guy that 21 and at 22, like 21-0, 22, something like that, like, for a while. Like, I dominated for like 2 decades almost. Like, I still needed to know if I could be that guy. And Bray Wyatt, he called me out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to fight this guy. All right, I beat him. I'm like, okay. I need to wait. I'm like, I'm going to bide my time. I had my match. Brock Lesnar's about to come back for the title. And he's like, opportunity presents itself. I don't think he's going to turn heel. I don't think they should either. Even if he does, he's still going to get cheered because it's the fucking Undertaker. And people are like, he's back. Yeah, he's going to avenge his loss at... That's what I'm thinking. They're going to do this, and now they're going to have a match at SummerSlam where Taker wins, and then we're going to get to this year's WrestleMania 32, and that's your rubber match. We're going to settle it once and for all. Like, that's the like the third and final act. So, but again, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, like Canada playing on Monday. I'm like, was this it? Is Big Brother? Like, so. And again, I'm always psyched. I always love, like, my favorite Raws have always been the post pay-per-view event Raws, the Fallout Raws, because it's like, what the fuck happens at, this shit happened at the pay-per-view. What the fuck happens after? This is this Raw. Your questions get answered, if you have like a heel turn, like a heel or face turn at the pay-per-view, like heel turn, Monday's always the answer to the question, why this person, why? Like, why? Like, why'd you turn on him? And I'm like, why? They're like, bitch, fucking, you fans don't know, and whatever. Like, I'm talking for, like, God knows how long. Let me look at my, where am I? 2.5. Oh, wow. Welcome back to episode, like, 1 or 2 of the podcast where I just don't shut the fuck up. No wonder. No wonder the Triple Access was like, because the first episode was like one doesn't say shit and the other talks too much. Like, none of them really cared about my segment. Even if I did shorten it to, like, the 20, 30 minutes, like, this was like... And again, I'm just going to put this up. I don't think even I'm too tired to edit it. I just want to get this up here so I can turn my fucking fan back on. I'm going to do that now. Because I went on here, I didn't want the microphone to pick that up, and I'm going to relax. I gotta get dishes started, and then I gotta start making dinner. I gotta get all that done now. So I'm just gonna let this go, and that's the podcast. Thank all of you for putting up with me. I don't even know if I'm gonna put any like special shit up. I think I'm just gonna do it like I normally do. I don't know. I was like, because I was like on Sunday, I was like, wow, it's like super hot, and I'm like, I don't want to do all the editing and stuff. I thought it was cool for a while, but now it's starting to be like too much work with the LP and stuff I do. Like, if I just did this, that would have been fine. If I just did this for my YouTube channel, I'd have been like, yeah, okay, I would take the entire week to, like, set up. I'd be like, okay, I can, but now I'm like, especially with, again, because, alright, I got my headaches on, by the way, because I cleared up on its own as I was getting hype, yay. The best kind of medicine is hype, I guess, I don't know. Man. It's a lot of interesting shit. Again, really looking forward to the setup for SummerSlam, and so overall Battleground was, like I said, not even average. Like the John Cena winning, I'm like, fuck that. But overall, it was good. I can't complain. I was entertained. I had fun watching this. This wasn't like I wasn't like watching the pay-per-view and looking over into my time on the cable box on my left and being like, or it's on my computer now because I'm watching it on the network now. It's where I do my things. So I'm like looking down. I'm like, what the fuck time is it? Is this over yet? That was Battleground 1 and 2. This was like, oh, main event. So like, okay, so we got like, what, 10, 20 minutes? I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going in. I was like, all right. But yeah, good stuff. Again, looking forward to tonight's Raw. I'm going to be tweeting as always. I was thinking I was going to do this like weekly, but I think just me going back and doing this again. Again, I just had a lot to talk about, and I'm going to stop talking because I need to end this at some point. Otherwise, thank you so much for putting up with this shit. I know a couple of your fans, and I just can be just, thank you so much. I bet there are a couple people who would enjoy seeing this. That's the podcast. See ya. Bye. Thank you.